Previously on the European LCS.
And this is surely going to be game here, and the Super Hot crew make a miserable first 2 days here for Alliance. And in the first El Clasico of the 2014 season, Fnatic absolutely wiped the floor. And Gambit head over towards the fountain. A dance by Darien will seal victory for Gambit as they go 2-1 here in the LCS.
Will SK be able to finish the game?
Absolutely phenomenal stuff. SK Gaming finally get themselves a victory. This is going to be Rocket closing out the game.
Rocket is looking fantastic and they are so strong in the early game.
They will take their second victory in the Spring Split LCS.
I'm really happy about the performances. We came here today and we performed well.
I hope that we will win the last game.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Day 3 of the European League Championship Series, being broadcast to you live from our studio here in Cologne, Germany. I am Lee D-Man-Smith, and joining me once again is Trevor Quickshot Henry as we get set to bring you another day of exciting matchups during our opening Super Week.
Yeah, and what a week it has been so far. We do have 5 more huge matchups today that are sure to shake up the standings, and immediately after the LCS games, the European Challenger Series continues with Freak and Jet calling all the action.
But before we get into today's matches, let's take a look at some of the top stories coming out of Day 2. First up, well, it has to be all about Fnatic and that phenomenal bottom lane pairing of Reckless and Yellowstar.
I cannot get over their numbers right now. 26 kills, 0 deaths, 20 assists for Reckless. For Yellowstar, 1 kill, 0 deaths, 39 assists. Letting you know, both of those records are the longest killing sprees and assist sprees without a single death in the history of the LCS.
Which is incredible when you think of what Cloud9 did last year. They've already broken those records. Still, of course, is another horrendous stat, and it is all about Alliance down that bottom of the table at 0-3, yet to pick up a win. And this super team is not performing.
Yeah, I think it really boils down to the fact that their objective-based gameplay and decision-making sucks. They are not rotating for towers. They are not taking dragons. They have 3 dragons against Fnatic. Then 1 dragon in each of their respective matches, and you've got to call it frank. They're not playing up to the expectations that were set for that team.
Yeah, they're overhyped somewhat, maybe. Of course, another point of view from yesterday especially was the junglers. What absolute fantastic smites yesterday on the Barons.
Yeah, 2 different Baron steals leading to victories for the respective team. Fnatic doing it to Alliance with a great play by Cyanide, and I think more dramatically and maybe with more style, Svenskeren did it with Lee Sin against the Copenhagen Wolves in what was a comeback victory. So hopefully we can get some more Baron steals in there today.
And we talked about it yesterday, how many unique champions we've had, but let's talk about who's really winning out of those crazy champion picks.
Okay, with a lot of assistance from Reckless, Jinx is currently leading the table for number of games and the highest win ratio. 5 wins, 1 loss, it's sitting at 83%. You can't deny Warwick and Trundle, their 100% win ratio, but it's 2 games of Warwick, 1 with Trundle. A little bit of a troll stat, but as much as we change the numbers, the champions still stay the same. You know, 9 games with Thresh, 6 wins, 3 losses. Vi, 6 games played, 4 wins, 2 losses. So we're still sitting in that 60-70% win ratio for the super common popular picks.
And I got the opinion just talking to Alex, it's like, they're not convinced by the Warwick pick, but hey, it works so far for Darien, so why not stick to it? So let's check out those standings and see where these teams are currently sitting on the board. At the top, of course, it is Fnatic. 3 wins without defeat, no problem there. Rocket, though, hot on their heels. This new team really doing a fantastic job with 2 wins. They've got 2 games today. Can they keep up the pace? Meanwhile, Gambit, they are in 3rd place, 2 wins, and that 1 defeat to Fnatic.
And looking down the bottom half of the table, Super Hot Crew is sitting in 4th place with that 1 win and 1 loss. Then there is a 3-way tie for 5th, where the Copenhagen Wolves, Millennium, and SK Gaming all share the position with 1 win and 2 losses. And as we've touched on already, Alliance sitting in 8th place with 3 losses, potentially going to be swept in Super Week at LCS.
Yeah, big tough match coming up. Of course, let's check out that schedule for today's matches. Up first, Well, it's going to be SK Gaming versus the Super Hot Crew. Could be a crunch game, that one. Millennial up against Fnatic. These two teams have practiced quite a bit together. We'll see how that develops. And Roccat, they're up against the Copenhagen Wolves.
All right, the last 2 games of the day will be Gambit versus Super Hot Crew, followed by Alliance versus Roccat. And if Roccat win their first match and beat Alliance, it's going to be 0-4 and 4-0 for the respective teams.
Yeah, fantastic. It could be an impressive performance for those. But, of course, following those LCS games, the European Challenger Series will continue with Pulse Esports up towards Kujas. I believe his team still Salad, Tomato, Onion, which is the Frenchies are in there. And, of course, Gamers 2. They're going to be up against Team Kappa Prime. Get those /Kappas going in the Twitch channel. You guys have probably gone mental already, and the moderator may well want to kill me. But for more information, of course, about the schedule, all the latest stats, the team info, VODs, and more, get yourselves over to lolesports.com.
Now, while you guys are there, if you would like to join us actually here in the studio, you can watch these matches live and in person. Just click on the tickets link at the top of the page for all the details and figure out exactly how to get you to the Colonium in Cologne.
Yeah, and while we still want to know what you guys at home are thinking, just click on the schedule near the top of the page and select a thumbs up next to the teams.